I want to say peace and blessings to all. Um, just want to say I hope everybody's getting through, this tough transition that we're going through. Um, with all talks of wars and you know, other countries against countries, they're having civil wars right there on the land. Like it's a lot going on in our countries, man, and in our world, on our planet, in our energetic fields. Like it's so much going on. So I just want to make this video today, and I wanted to discuss um, conflict. And I want to discuss conflict because it's so much of it going on, like all the way from up coming down into our personal lives. And I just want to give you our piece. With conflict, we gotta start understanding that conflict is what you make out of it. Like a lot of us like to hold on to conflict, like certain situations. Let me break it down so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Like when situations happen in our lives, I notice that people tend to hold on to it when we really have to understand that we are experiencing life. We're here to learn. And a lot of people I'm noticing are not taking the good out of their conflicts because they're so conflicted by it, if that make any sense. Like they're taking it and they're holding on to it and they're building grudges, and they're holding on to anger and they're harboring things in their heart. And I want people to understand, like, life is a learning experience. Like things that happen, you have to let that stuff flow through you, and you have to take the lesson. Like if a situation arises, and let's just say you at work and you get into a conflict with somebody, y'all might not agree on something, or the way y'all doing things. You have to understand that they might not be vibrationally where you are. Y'all energetic fields are not the same. So until they reach the elevation level that you are not going to see eye to eye, right? And then you have this side of the conflict. Let's just say you're going through something and you're drawing in a lot of frustration because of what you're going through. You're trying to figure it out. And then you have another person who could be vibrating at that frequency of frustration and irritation. So when y'all energy get together, that's manifestation working, because you're drawing power from the source. So it works both ways. So if you move in negativity, that's what you're going to draw in. So if you having negative thoughts and you having negative feelings, of course you're not going to attract vibrational people that's happy, that's just loving and enjoying life with a smile on their face. So now we have to make it our place to transmute our energy. But the first thing we have to do is be aware that that's what's happening. Because we get so caught up in the moment. Because we caught up in this, like all the stuff that we can touch and we can see. And a lot of people, they're not in tune with their spiritual nature. But that's where you become transformed, is inside your spiritual nature. So a lot of people say, well, I want this and I want that and I want to have this. But every day you wake up worrying. So what's happening is you're drawing in more of what you already have. And I know it's hard, but you have to take yourself out of that place. Out of that conflict within yourself. Because we're talking conflicts here. Because wherever you vibrate energetically, that's what you're going to draw to you. And a lot of people understand the source, the universe, God, however you want to describe your personal experience, it's always working. If you walk around in anger every day, then that's going to be your existence, because you're drawing in other angry vibrational people. If you're vibrating at a high level and you're happy and you're smiling, you're going to bring people that are like vibrational like to you. But in order to do that, let's rewind a little bit. We have to go back to holding on to things and understand that life is, we have to stop looking at stuff as set in stone and just look at it as a learning experience. It's situational. So you can look at it like this. You can go out and, somebody can bump your shoulder. And you can say, hey man, you bumped my shoulder, man, I'm about to beat your ass. Now you vibrating at that level where it's a violent level, so most likely some violence gonna break out. You can say, hey, excuse me, and they probably gonna say, oh, I ain't see you, or the vibration that you put out is the vibration that's gonna come back to you. You know, and a lot of us are not understanding that, and we're so conflicted within ourselves. You know, and not saying that because you vibrating at a certain level, because you up here, that you're not going to run into lower vibrational people or beings or energy or whatever you may. Right? It's not that you got, it's how it's going to affect you. You get what I mean? It's like, it's how it's going to affect you. So if you go into a situation and something lower vibrational is happening, you vibrating high, most likely you're going to see it from a whole different perspective, and you're going to move right through it because it doesn't belong in your energy. Right? So I'm not saying that because you walk around and you're vibrating so high that things are just so gonna be so lovely and nothing's gonna happen. But it's gonna change your perspective on what's happening, and it's gonna allow you to elevate up and past what you're going through. Because a lot of people don't see that. Like something happened, they in it. They ready to fight. Next thing you know, they in jail. They don't got fired from their job. Because it's so easy for us as human beings to get caught up in emotions, what other people say. But we always have to remember this. It is not our concern what other people think about us. You don't like me, fine. You don't like what I'm doing, then that means you must love what I'm doing. Because why are you even watching? So what other people think about you does not matter. And you got to know that you are greatness. And the first conflict that you have to solve, before we can solve a world war, we have to solve the conflict that is within ourselves. And knowing that this is just experience that we're having. And the spiritual, you're here to learn. You're here to learn. So whether you go through good or bad, when you're in an elevated state, you're going to take the lesson from it and not the bruise. I mean, you're probably going to take the bruises too, but they're not going to be as severe because you know that this is happening for a reason. What am I here to learn within this situation? See, we get so caught up in the thoughts and feelings and opinions of other people, it'll make us conflict with ourselves. And that's crazy. You know, that's crazy. That's madness. Because it's so many people that gonna think things and say things, and it's not even valid. Some people might even make up things about you. I guess you're gonna wear that too, you know. But no, we don't have to really address none of what anyone has to say about us, what anyone thinks about us. It doesn't matter, because the only story that you're ever gonna see anything through is yours, and how you let outside forces affect you is going to affect your story. But really it doesn't, you know. Like, thoughts can be severe. We like, sometimes the reality that we create in our mind is so much more severe than what's really going on. So we have to start in our mind and elevate ourselves to a higher vibrational state, to a more loving and understanding state, you know. And with what's happening in the world now, you know, they want to pull the wool. You know, I'm going to leave it at that. But so many people are waking up and the wool can't be pulled. And I've been noticing myself that a lot of people that I'm meeting, even if they don't even know it, I see it in them. Like, they're vibrating higher consciously. Like, they're looking at things different. They're seeing things. Like, I've been so surprised about people that I know, you know, and even me, you know, trying to elevate myself. I'm expecting people to react a certain way, then they flip it. I'm like, oh, yes, you know. So we can all elevate. But what I'm trying to say is the first conflict that we have to start with is the conflict within ourselves. You know, the world that you wake up to and see is yours. You create it inside your mind. Whatever happens, however you decide to perceive it, it's still your reality. And that's your only reality, you know. And, you know, the universe just put it on my heart to put that out there, because I've been seeing a lot of conflict. And I just want to say, yo, it's all love. It's all universal love. At least that's what we're striving to get to. You know, it's enough, you know, killing. It's enough stealing, raping, underhand. It's enough tragedy that we have to change something, but it can only start within us. It can only start within us. And I just want to say I love all my brothers, all my sisters, all my gods and pharaohs and goddesses. I love y'all. And y'all have to love yourself and know that you are. And when you wake up in the morning and follow it with any word you want, say I am. And follow with something beautiful that you know you are. Say I am strong. I am loved. I am abundant. I am whatever you decide to insert. But know that that's you. And when you wake up in the morning, you should affirm that to yourself every morning. Affirm your greatness. And create the world that you want to live in. Blessings upon blessings. And love to the world. Love to Mother Earth. Just love in general. Peace to all.